So I was going to cover a song over my intro until I listened to the bird song and realized there's not much more that can compete with that. Wasn't that so pretty? Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Robin's Nest Knits. I'm glad you're here today. I'm excited to share with you what's going on in my little knitting world. So, you noticed all the snow. That was kind of a surprise for us. We live in southwest Idaho. We're considered a high desert country, and we don't get a lot of precipitation, rain or snow. And last week, the weather just moved in, and we got about, I would say, 10 to 12 inches of snow right here where we live. And so it was really pretty, it was really peaceful, it was really nice. Now we're in the stages where it's starting to melt and get slushy, and it's just not as much fun. But it was fun to have it for those few days and enjoy it. And the birds, we love to feed our birds out in the backyard. We feed them year round, but especially when it's snowy, they just gather by the dozens and dozens out there and partake. And so we always enjoy that a lot. But anyway, welcome back to my little nest. It's good to have you back again for episode 3. I've been excited as I've been thinking about the things I want to share with you this week. Beginning with what have I finished? And I do have a couple of finished items to share with you today. Last time I talked to you, I was telling you about the Cracker Jack scarf that I was making for my son-in-law. This is a scarf that commemorates a full season of Diamondback baseball. So starting on this end, if the color is, let me see if I can remember this, brown, it's a loss at home. If it's blue, it's a loss away. If it's red, it's a win at home, and if it's black, it's a loss away, a win away. And so every game was charted, and I knit 2 rows per game, so the scarf would be long enough. So it's really pretty colors. I like their colors. Now I say it's finished, but it's not quite. I haven't closed it off because I kind of have a dilemma. I made a section where I duplicate stitched D-Backs 2023, but I'm not happy with it. I think it looks clunky. I've never been a big fan of duplicate stitching. I think I've just never been good at it. It was kind of hard to fit D-Backs all into that space. So I left it open because I'm pretty sure I'm not going to leave it this way. I don't know what I'm going to do yet, though, so I just need to think about it. But the knitting is done, all done with this, and it's kind of good to have that off the needles. But anyway, that's a Cracker Jack scarf. There was a pattern on Ravelry. It was a free pattern, but it's not there any longer. If you're interested, I can just drop me a comment below, and I'll send you the PDF that I have. It's not really a pattern, it's more a formula of how to do it. But I'd be happy to share that with anyone who would like it, because it was a free pattern at the time. It's just not there online anymore. So that was one thing that I finished. Okay, the next thing I finished was, so we're getting some company in a couple weeks, some family, and they have kids. And I always like to make little gifts for grandkids and little kids. And I have loved Susan B. Anderson's toys for a long time. In fact, when I first got back into knitting about 16 years ago, I read her blog all the time online, and I followed her, and I did a lot of her patterns. And one of the patterns she did that I just loved is called this little bird in an egg. So it's a reversible toy. Isn't that so cute? And I've made these for my granddaughters and my grandkids. It just goes back into an egg. There's also a little nest in the pattern if you want to make the nest. I didn't do that. She has some other patterns as well on this same idea. And I'm going to do those there's 4 kids, so I need to do 3 more. So I'm going to do this little bird. And then I'm going to do, she has an owl and a penguin. And then I also thought about taking the owl pattern and kind of making my own idea. I kind of thought it would be fun to do a hawk. So I don't know. I have never done that. So we'll see. But anyway, this is super simple. It's called Bird Egg Toy. Just if you go on Ravelry, look up Susan B. Anderson reversible toys, this will pop up. But I just love it. I think it's so sweet. I have a little granddaughter named Ren, and I made this for her also when she was born. My name's Robin. Her name is Ren. And a funny story, when they chose her name, I told my mom, you know, they're going to name her Ren. And my mom looked at me and she goes, why would they name her after a bird? And I just looked at my mom and I said, I don't know, Mom. Why would anybody do that? And then she got the funniest look on her face. It hadn't occurred to her. So anyway, I've always chuckled at that story. So that was another thing I finished. Those are my, and then I have one more finished item. So this one is a baby gift. And I thought it would be fun to share with you what I do for baby gifts. I have the idea that I don't like to think of a gift every time I need a gift. So I came up with the idea a few years ago, why don't I just give the same gift? If it's a baby girl, give the same gift. If it's a baby boy, give the same gift. And so that's what I started doing. So I came up, for a little girl, I came up with a bunny theme. And so what I do, I use an organza bag for the gift bag. That way I don't have to worry about wrapping paper and all of that stuff. And I choose a hard cover book, a baby book, with about a bunny. This one's called Bunny Roo, I Love You. I always like to give a book as a baby gift. And then I made this little stuffed bunny toy. I love this one because the size is just perfect for little hands. This pattern is called the Mini Bunny by Julie Williams. And I have made quite a few of Julie's creations. She does bigger animals, about 12 inches. And then she does this size, and I think these are so sweet. She has little bloomers on underneath. The dress is actually part of the body, so the dress is not removable, but it does have little bloomers. And you can put a tail on her. I just chose not to do that. But anyway, so that's a gift. And then I always make a little, this is another Susan B. Anderson. So sometimes I do a hat. This is a little bunny hat. And sometimes I do a little sweater. But I chose just to do a hat for this one. And then I always add something a little for the mama. So this is like a little photo clip bunny. But it all has a bunny theme. And then I make a card as well with a bunny theme. And then they all just go in this organza bag. And so this is super simple to have made up ahead of time. I have like 3 or 4 of them on hand all the time. And then when a baby's born, I have an instant gift. And it just works out so nice. And mamas just love it. And especially this time of year, the little bunny hat works really well for Easter too. So that's what I do for baby girls. Maybe next time I'll share for you what I do with baby boys. I do something a little different for them. So what I'm working on is, I'm still working on my Land of Sweets cowl using my mini skeins, my Advent skeins from Legacy Fiber Arts, their Christmas Advent. I can't even express how much I am enjoying this. This is like the perfect way to use mini skeins. I love it. So every night I sit down and I do a section I have done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 sections. Okay, and then I take what's left, and I've been working on, so that is the Land of Sweets cowl by Helen Stewart, and I'll try to link to everything below that I'm talking about. And then I use this, what I have left, to work on this Sweet Shop blanket. You guys, this is such a fun pattern. So you start, let's see, you start down in that bottom, so that where that stitch marker is, that's my first square, and then you just go from there. So I have 10 squares done using what I have left over from my cowl. So these are all similar colors. I love, 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 love this. I'm holding it double, the fingering weight yarn double, and it just makes it so soft and squishy. And before, when I've done blankets, I've held double with a different, like a gray or a white, and it kind of washes out the color when you knit it. So I love holding this actual yarn double on itself. The colors are so vibrant and real to what they are. But isn't that just so pretty? So I have 10 squares done of that. Now I have 25 skeins, mini skeins, and of course it's going to take more than that. I haven't quite yet decided what I'll do. I have other mini skeins I guess I could just add in, but I'm having so much fun with that. Just enjoy it so much. I highly recommend that pattern. It's such a fun, addictive pattern, making these squares. I do a section on my cowl. I don't know if you can hear that. There's some kind of machinery outside going on. I don't know what it is. So I do a section of the cowl and then a square of the blanket every evening watching TV, and it's so relaxing and so fun. So that's what I've been working on. I am a constant knitter. I knit all the time, but I'm not a real fast knitter, I don't think. So I don't finish projects quickly. I spend time working on them, quite a long time. So I don't know. I try to podcast every 2 weeks, so hopefully I'll have enough to share with you. It kind of keeps me motivated, to be honest, to get some things done. I was also going to share, I keep my whole setup in this little wooden tray. So I have my cowl and my blanket, and my skeins of yarn are in there, my needles. And that's worked out really well, just keeping that all together. All right, well, so it's January, and I don't know about you, but I thoroughly enjoyed Christmas this year. I enjoyed my advents, I enjoyed my yarns, I enjoyed my tree. In fact, full confession, my tree is still up. Why not? I'm still enjoying it, and who cares, right? So I have taken the ornaments off. I've gotten that far, but I still have the tree and the lights, and I'm still enjoying it. So I'm just going to leave it up until I'm done with it. So anyway, in that vein, I was enjoying Christmas so much, and I really didn't want to be done with the Christmas yarn. And I ran across Freckled Whimsy's Christmas subscription, where they do a Christmas yarn every month. I have never joined a yarn subscription before, but when I saw that, it just spoke to me, and I thought, oh, I'm going to try that. I am going to do that. So I signed up, and I got my first month yarn from Freckled Whimsy, and this is called Cozy Christmas Cuddles, and it's the Christmassy Yarn Club. This is number 2. I didn't sign up in time to get December's colorway. So this is, even though this is number 2, this is my first one. And it is so pretty. Can you get a good picture of that? And I believe they are 8-row repeats, 8-stripe repeat. So you get a nice thick stripe. I saw Kay on the Crazy Sock Lady is doing a pair of socks. I think she's doing her heel toe do-si-do pattern. I can't remember, but it's the zigzag one, and it looks really good. So I might try that. I don't know. But anyway, this is my first first yarn club subscription, and it's also the first time I've bought yarn from Freckled Whimsy, and so far, win-win. Okay, a second skein of yarn I saw and was so tempted was from Arcane Fiberworks, and this just popped up on my Instagram feed one day, and it had the picture of the little movie Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, which is like my favorite. And they had this colorway, and it's called Won't You Guide My Sleigh Tonight. And I thought the colors on that were so awesome. So I ordered it, never have heard of this yarn before. I asked online if anybody had heard of it, and I got all kinds of positive remarks. So I believe that they are based out of Canada. This is beautiful. It is 80/20 merino nylon, 435 yards, 100 grams. So I'm excited to have this. I got me myself a big basket, and I'm putting all my Christmas yarn in it. I still have it sitting out too. And then my last but not least yarn acquisition was from my little grandson, Jonah. Jonah is 7 years old, and Jonah is a wonder. we all wonder about Jonah. He is so delightful. Well, he was with his mom in Hobby Lobby one day, and he came up to her with the skein of yarn, and he said, "My Mia needs this." My grandkids call me Mia. That's my grandma name. And so he brought her this and said, "Mia needs this. We've got to get this for Mia. She just needs this." And so he gave it to me. He was so excited. The last time I saw him, he said, "You should make something for me with that." And so I might do that. I might have to make him a hat or something. But anyway, this is the Yarn Bee Hobby Lobby Rustic Romantic, kind of a goldenrod color from Jonah. Thanks, buddy. All right. Oh, I wanted to share with you about a new acquisition I have in my craft room in the office here. And it is this stick vacuum. So we have, what do they call it? Plumbed in vacuuming in the house, a central vac, I guess. But it doesn't reach out here to this room. This is a room we built onto the back of our garage, and it doesn't, the hoses won't reach out here. So I would either have to, I have an old Rainbow vacuum. I would have to fill that up with water and vacuum and then clean it out, which was a pain. And I thought, I need to get something I can just use out here. And I happened to be looking online, and Walmart carries this. It's a Inse, I-N-S-E brand. It's a stick vacuum, so it's battery operated, no hoses or anything. And it was marked down from like $329 to $79. I checked yesterday, and it was still marked down to $79. That was a really good buy. I love it. It is just right for out here. When I finish with a sewing project, I just run it around the carpet. It picks up all the threads and all the stuff. You just empty it right here. It's a really good deal. So I will link to it down below, and if it's still on sale and you're in the market for a battery operated vacuum, whoops, I recommend that. It's a good deal. I'm not sure, well, I know I wouldn't pay $329 for it, but definitely it is worth $79. So just wanted to share that. I also just wanted to say a big thank you to those of you who have been visiting my Etsy shop, Robin's Nest. I sell project bags over there, And you guys have been so kind, and I've been selling lots of bags. I've been enjoying it very, very much. And so I just wanted to kind of give you an update on what I have in the shop, what's going in this week. So my gnome bags continue to be really popular. I think I have one left of those. But then I got a new fabric in of gnomes. They're kind of staying with the Valentine's theme. So I made these up. And what I really like about this style of bag is it's nice and roomy, but you can pop it open like this, put your project in it, and set it beside you, and it won't fall over. And it's just so handy. Okay, so each bag comes, it has a zipper closure. It has a handle to hang on a hook or to carry. And then I always add a little progress keeper on the zipper of all my bags. So this one has a little mushroom. So I have some of these that will be going in the shop this week. Also, I have these. And what these are if you have interchangeable needle sets, like most knitters do, I find that the plastic or vinyl bags they come in not to last very long. At least mine haven't. And so 2 or 3 years ago, I sewed my own bag. I'll show you mine. It's a little different fabric than what I've made these out of. But they hold, let's do it this way. They hold your needles, and I have them all labeled by number. So you have needles on both sides. There's a nice big pocket to put your cables in. There's a little vinyl pocket here to put your a needle or a needle, what you do when you change your needles. I can't remember what those are called. But I like to have them in these little vinyl pockets. They kind of stick to the vinyl. And then it closes up all into one nice piece. There's a zipper on the back. And I keep my needle stoppers and things like that in there. So anyway, that's mine. So for the shop, I'm adding these. This is a little smaller size. It holds the same amount of needles, but it's not quite as big. So you can put, I haven't put the numbers on yet, though I'll be doing that later today. So your needles can just go in the pocket. Again, there's a pocket for cables. This has a fabric pocket, not the vinyl. And then there is a zipper on the outside for any other things you need. So this one, I really like this fabric a lot. So I have this one. This is the smaller size. And then I also have a bigger size that is the gnome fabric that matches the bags. And instead of a tie on these, I did a loop and button, but the same idea. And again, I don't have my numbers labeled in here as my needle sizes. That'll be going in tonight. But nice pocket, a nice zipper on the back. So watch for those in my shop this week. I'll have those. I have a couple of other bag ideas I'm working on. Things that I have just enjoyed sewing and making. All of my bags are made right here, right in this little area. I do all the work myself. I do a lot of hand stitching on my bags and things like around the lining. You can, a lot of people use sewing machine on that. I find that a hand stitching is just neater, cleaner. I don't know, I like it. I love handmade. I think that if you want perfect, you can go to a store and buy it where it's been made in a factory. But I like all the little imperfections and all the little added extra touches that come with things that are handmade. So if you want to check these out in my shop, I've been having a lot of fun with that. I'll link below or put a link to my Etsy shop, but it's Robinznest.knits. Can't remember if it's, I should check that out. But anyway, it'll be below. Just look below for the address. So, well, I think that's about it for this time. Thank you for listening and joining in. Like I said a while back, this is all new to me. I am not a technology person, but it's been really fun learning as I go. I've really appreciated the interaction. If you watch and you enjoy, leave a comment below. That's just really a positive way of cheering me on, I guess. I like words of affirmation. That's one of my strongest love languages. But let me know what you think. If you have any ideas for how I can improve or something you would like to hear about that I haven't talked about, let me know. I'm open to it. And in the meantime, I hope that life is going well for you and that you are enjoying your days, these winter days. And spring is coming. Thank goodness. Spring is coming. So we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.